Okay, it's Tuesday, late morning. I was so busy yesterday, I completely forgot about filming. But I got a lot of laundry done. A lot of stuff to do today too, but um, right now I'm just really ticked off. I had gone outside into one of my freezers to get stuff for supper when I noticed an old wooden table we had out there that held all my gourds was gone, and so were my gourds. And I was looking all over for him, couldn't find him anywhere, and that's when I figured out Paul did something with them. So I called him up, and he tried telling me that over the weekend when he was partially cleaning out the garage, that every single one of them were rotten, so I threw them away. I know they're not rotten. My brother knew they weren't rotten. I explained to him they're supposed to look moldy and grubby and nasty, but that's just how they dry out. So he told me he had thrown them all in the woods. They were no good. They were rotten and soft, and I knew they weren't because I checked them every single week. Maybe there was one in there that was starting to get soft somewhere, but not out of all the ones that I had in there. I was just beside myself. I went out there and looked and saw all my gourds broken and eaten by animals, and I found one intact. So I came into the house and I grabbed a glove and a couple of paper bags and I went out there looking. In the long run, I have 8 gourds left. They threw them, some of them really far, which just goes to show you that they were drying because they were that lightweight that they could be thrown that far. It's like animals dug them out and were getting at the seeds or something. I don't know. So now I have 8. I'm really upset. I wanted to dye them, and I wanted to use my Dremel tool on them, and I wanted to make stuff out of them, and my most favorite one that looked like a swan or a goose, it was all broken. So that's definitely not good news for me today. Well, let me start with this. One of my youngest sons, Jeremy, works for Amazon. And he's worked for him for almost 2 years, not quite. And in Amazon, you go by levels. Jeremy's a 1, and like Jeff Bezos, the owner, founder, is a 12. So Jeremy is a picker. He's done a few other things, but he's mainly a picker, and he's gotten a lot of bonuses and other type of rewards and whatever for doing so well at his job. But he really wants to move up in the company. So over the last year, he's applied for quite a few different positions, and he's never gotten any of them. Now, some of them may be inexperienced. Some of them may be just too many people were applying. Like one in particular had over 300 applicants. So, and he's really young. He'll be 21 on the 29th of March. So, I said, sometimes these things take time and whatever. But anyhow, because he is really good at what he does, when other people come to the factory or warehouse or distribution center, sometimes they have Jeremy train them in picking. Now, like I said, Jeff Bezos is a level 12, whereas Jeremy's 1. Well, higher up people, I guess, I don't know if it's some kind of company policy or whatever, they have to know how to run everything at Amazon. And maybe not, know how to run all the machines and whatever, but they have to know kind of from the ground up what goes on at Amazon. So there was about 6 months ago, Amazon had a new hire in Seattle. She's going to be level 8 or 9, I think. And she came here to Wisconsin, and Jeremy spent the day with her showing her his job, how to pick, and everything else he does with it. So that was pretty cool that they chose him to do that. But then not too long ago, they were getting in a level 10, and that was for Jer. Jer was going to spend the whole day with him. And I said, Jerry, make a great impression. Jeremy's a very laid back, cool kind of guy, the kind of person who everybody gets along with. He's very non-judgmental, non-confrontational, just, a nice guy. So I said, pick the guy's brain, find out, what you need to do to move up within the company. So that's exactly what he did, and he shared some ideas he had with picking and other stuff with the guy, and I guess, turned out really great. They had a good day. Well, I think it was a week after that guy had been there, maybe not even, Jeremy got 3 job offers for level 3 positions. I was so happy, so proud of him. He was ecstatic. It was great news. The only problem with it is none of them were in Wisconsin. One was Arizona, which I don't think Jeremy really had interest in going to Arizona. One was in Tennessee, which is what I was really hoping he'd choose, because I'm not sure which plant he would have been at, but I looked them all up, and none of them were more than a 9-hour drive from here, so I could visit a lot. And from what I know of people who live there, Tennessee is a very beautiful state, and the cost of living is lower than it is here in Wisconsin. So Jer and his fiance, baby, they could save some money and get up on their feet real well. But then the third one was Texas, and I really didn't want Texas because it's so far away. I knew I'd only be able to, visit once in a while because I'd have to fly down there. I'm not taking like a 15-hour car ride or I mean, if I had to, I would, but I really wouldn't want to. But anyways, this morning I got up to a message from him saying that he was taking the Texas position. And he had, the first day of him starting is going to be on March 29th, his birthday. And today is March 7th. So I'm just, I have to be out of my house here and moved into that farmette April 1st. So I'm sitting here trying to figure out how I could spend the most time with him and the baby and his fiance before they leave. And he works, I think it's 7:15 in the morning to 6:15 at night. So we'll find a time to do it, and I know it'll really work out for his fiance in particular because her family's down there. That's where she's from. She's from Texas, and her family's in the San Antonio area, and I'm sure they miss her greatly. They saw her this past summer for about 2 weeks, and that was it. And they saw the baby, and I'm sure they're missing that baby too and want to see her and love on her the way I got to, and I don't begrudge them that at all. I'm just sad, Jer only plans on being down there a year or less. He could come back before then. But, you know how sometimes our plans don't go as we plan. So I'm just trying to take it all in and figure out, and what am I going to do? And, he's the second youngest, and I've been through some stuff with my older kids and them being gone and away and whatever, and I managed to get through it, so hopefully I'll get through this. And I know there's so many other parents out there who have their kids far away from them and their grandkids, and y'all somehow manage, right? So I can manage too, hopefully. It's just hard, I've never been away from my kids that far, and even even up at the cabin, that's 3 hours away, and I was kind of funny with that, but I could still easily drive down here. It wouldn't be that difficult unless there's a blizzard or something. But Texas is quite a ways away. We'll manage, though. Somehow we'll manage. It is Wednesday, and we went to Paul's doctor's appointment. This is the first one he's went to since the surgery, and it was 2 weeks ago, and got his staples out, and everything's looking really good. So that's a definite bonus. And now we're here watching Jackson. Say hi, Jack. Jack always likes to clam up when the camera's going. Hi. And here is Miley. She is one of the dogs that my son owns, my son and my daughter-in-law, Katie. She's a rescue, and she's extremely lovable, but also hyper and likes to jump a lot, so she gets kind of locked out of this side of the house. But I usually bring her bones and other things she can chew on. And I give her love as much as possible, because she's a good girl. She's got a good heart. Right, Miley? Right, Miley? You're a good girl? All right. Good girl. Good girl, Miley. Good girl. One big bonus about watching Jack is that my son and daughter-in-law have a nice laundry setup. So every time I come here, I make sure to bring a load or two with. Good Thursday morning to you all. I'm finally sitting here getting ready to plant my tomato seeds. I'm really far behind, but still far enough ahead where it'll work out okay. I should be packing like a crazy person for the upcoming move, but there's just always so much going on. And yeah, babysat yesterday. I'm gonna babysit tomorrow. May have to watch both Julia and Noelle. So sometimes you just got to do stuff you enjoy. Take a few minutes and do that. And I enjoy planting and, you know, fiddling with my seedlings and stuff. So today I'm going to be planting 3 different varieties of tomatoes. All of them are different. They're all tomatoes I've never grown before. So that should be interesting. I got these particular tomato seeds that are supposed to make the world's best sauce. They're Italian, so those I'll probably plant the most of. Then I have an heirloom beefsteak, which I haven't grown beefsteaks in a long time, and these are, I think, called Mortgage Lifter. So we'll see how those go. If you know how good of producing plants or how good they taste, let me know in comments. Let me know if you've grown them. Then I have these other seeds I got from Baker Creek for free. Pineapple. They're a striped tomato. Never grew a striped tomato before either, so why not try it? And then I got extra soil here, and let's see here, some pots, because I'm going to plant up a bigger aloe I have. But it has 2 smaller offshoots on it now, so I think that's really neat. But I don't need a bunch of aloe plants, especially at the cabin. I'm going to be limited on sunlight. So I got a couple of smaller, let's see here, smaller pots, and I'm going to give those away as gifts. And it's good, if you're going to pot up your plants, it's best to do it when they're not actively growing, so during a dormant stage. And that aloe is probably getting ready to be very active. So spring and fall, before or after, you know, like I said, and your plants do great. You know, just don't overstress them or anything. Put them back exactly where they're used to sitting and all that kind of stuff, and it should be fine. So after I get all this done, I'm going to do a little bit of cleaning up, and then I'll get to packing. It is Friday morning, and I did get some stuff done yesterday, packing up here in the kitchen. Over there, maybe you can see I packed away my canisters, and I put all the stuff that was in there in different containers I had left over. My curtains are gone. That really makes a difference in here. And my maps are gone off my walls. I love my maps. I don't know, I'm kind of weird, but I just love having maps, and I had a big US map and then a world map. And then just, you know, maybe smaller things like my crock pot's gone, and maybe some stuff you can't see because they were hidden away. But over there in that corner I had a little CD player. I love listening to my CDs. That cabinet that the one plant is sitting on is filled with CDs, and I didn't think about it until last week, and I'm like, holy cow, these CDs in here are 15 or more years older. Talk about feeling old, huh? But anyways, getting 2 grandkids today, so I gotta get busy. First load going to storage is on its way. It's Saturday morning, and we still have both girls. This one's Julia.
Papa. What you want, hon?
Papa, my juice pen.
What you want?
And Noelle
Pen.
screaming to play with her Play-Doh. Noelle, say hi.
Hi.
Noelle's a big girl, right? Uh-oh. So Paul took Noelle back to her parents, and Julia's been picked up, and I've been cleaning up this house ever since. It's just remarkable how much little kids can wreck your house, even those that don't walk. But wow, it's been a long time since Paul and I took care of 2 real little ones like that overnight, and it was something. Julia, my lovable, happy, all the time baby, cried quite a bit. I think she's getting to that stage where she's missing mom and dad and stuff like that, but you know, I want to spend as much time with her as possible, because a week from today they'll be gone. They'll be in Texas, and it's still hard to think about that because, you know, I got like maybe 10 days notice. This upcoming Friday we're going to have a going away party for them. That is, I think, St. Patrick's Day. So we have another overnighter with Julia on Monday. She's going to be dropped off while we're watching Jackson on Monday, because we have Jackson this upcoming week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So that ought to be a fun time. But for now, I'm doing more packing and getting stuff in storage, and stuff that doesn't go into storage is going to be going to our next house or getting thrown out. So it's a fun time here. And the day is coming to an end. That works for me. Have a good night, everybody.